Hello, my fellow members of Boston Sports Nation. Welcome to another edition of the Royal Rooters podcast. This is February the 11th of 2026. Yeah, and here we're going to recap what happened between the Celtics and the Bulls. And other things too, like the Bruins in the Winter Olympics and some Red Sox news too. All right. Anywho, so the Celtics played one more game before the All-Star break. They had some festivities. Ron Harper Jr. has been named a skills challenge participant and also a Rising Stars competition player. And the Celtics, so they honored him before a pregame and stuff like that. And it looks like the Celtics, it looked like it was going to be like one of those nights where but then at halftime, they got out right before halftime. They got out to a huge lead. Bulls kind of started chipping away at it like in the second half, but at the end, it was to no avail. The bench was pretty much the main players in this one tonight. They got pretty much the job done. Peyton Pritchard and Nikola Vucevic did their job. Celtics cruised to a 124-105 victory against the Chicago Bulls to basically wrap up the first half of the regular season before the All-Star break. Let's get into it. All right, so as I said, kind of started out pretty, like kind of slow and stuff like that. It was kind of somewhat of a close score, but then literally the second half, the Celtics just got on the roll. As I said, the bench basically played a major part in this. Started draining frees, Bulls started making their mistakes, and then by halftime, it was like up by like 30 or something or stuff like that. It was a huge lead. Then the Bulls kind of started chipping away at the lead a bit, but you thought, okay, they're not really going to come back and win this game. I mean, it's still far enough ahead, but still, I mean, there were even some calls that we weren't getting and stuff like that too. Thought, okay, come on now. But in the end, Celtics, as I said, they kind of hold on to the lead, keep it at 20 or more, and cruise to, as I said, a 124-105 victory. All right. As I said, bench players were the main scorer in this one came from the bench. It was Mr. Peyton Pritchard, or P. Rabbit, with 26 points. Second scorer was Jaylen Brown, 24. Behind him was Nikola Vucevic with 19 points, and also a double-double as well. So we'll also talk about that too. So he had 11 rebounds. I think he led in rebounds too. Nikola Vucevic. And he was also draining some frees tonight too. Like, I was listening to the radio broadcast because the game got blocked out over here. If nobody knows, I'm an everything Boston fan living in the state of Illinois. Yeah. So the game got blocked out. It's complete horseshit, but whatever. All right, and then the second scorer was Jordan Walsh with 16 points. Man, the bench was kind of cooking, the bench mob. Then, as I said, fifth scorer was Sam Hauser with 12. All right, and then, as I said, Vucevic was your lead rebounder, and I said he had a double-double in this one, so nice. Had away Nikita. And then 8 assists, 9 assists from Derek White. Nice. 3 steals from Jordan Walsh, and then in blocks, it was basically a 3-way tie between Derek White, Nikita Vucevic, and Jordan Walsh. Jordan Walsh was getting into the block party. So 99 or 49 out of 95, so 51.6%. All right, 18 out of 14 from a free point land, so 40%. 8 out of 13 from field goal range, or free throw range, or in free throws, 61.5%. As I said, defensive rebounds we had 35, and then offensive rebounds we had 13. Had 14 turnovers, still not good, and then 15 personal fouls. And as I said, it wasn't. I kind of thought, like, literally when we got out to that huge lead, I thought, okay, we're not going to lose this thing. Yeah, the Bulls kind of started chipping away, but it wasn't to the point like, oh man, they couldn't mount the biggest comeback ever. No. No. It was a good win to wrap up the All-Star break, and now Jaylen Brown and Ron Harper Jr. can now head to the All-Star break and head into those festivities. Yep. Which I don't know. So this year it's now going to be between Team USA and Team World. So I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure Jaylen Brown will be on Team USA. Yeah, that's the new format on the All-Star game, which, I mean, I don't hate. It's a little strange, but I don't hate. I kind of want to see how it goes. All right. So at the end of the night, we're 35-19, and thanks to that win, and also the Knicks losing the night before, but also bouncing back tonight, that now puts us now in sole possession of second place in the Eastern Conference right now, behind the Detroit Pistons, who just keep on rolling, 40-13. They're on a 3-game win streak. The Charlotte Hornets finally lost, but they won already, so they're back to that back in the win column. But yeah, so their win streak got snapped. So right now, the one team with the biggest win streak right now looks like it's San Antonio Spurs. They really have fixed themselves up. Oh, by the way, they got rid of they're getting rid of Jeremiah Sohan. That might be an option if the Celtics want to consider it. I don't know if that's an option, but you never know. Man, Sacramento, man, they really want that pick. 14 straight losses, and they're 12-44. Yeah, they really want to tank. Whoa, look at the Wizards. They're also trying to tank too. Everybody wants that pick. Yeah. And I kind of also followed the Bulls game too. I thought, you know what? They also were kind of getting rid of a ton of people too. It's not the same team that we saw, which, by the way, man, 6 straight losses in a row. Man, they really also want that pick too. They also want to tank too. But yeah, basically, I mean, they were also kind of struggling at this point too. This isn't the same Bulls team that we saw in Chicago the last time around. Like, there are people going, heck, one of them's on our team right now. About to say, did Anthony Simons play tonight? I didn't really pay too close attention. Oh yeah, he did. Played 27 minutes, 53, or played 27 minutes and 53 seconds. 7 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist. Oof. Oh man, poor Anthony. 3 of 9 from field goal range. 1 of 3 from 3-point range. Oof. 2 turnovers. I mean, we did have 4 defensive rebounds, but man. Oh. I forget that Gorshon Yabusele plays for them now. That's interesting now. And it was kind of like their dude tonight, for the most part, one of their dudes. Yeah. So good. Way to end the first half of the regular season with a victory. And it looks like the next time the Celtics do play again. Okay. All right, here. They will play again on Thursday the 19th. And they looks like they start a road trip, a West Coast road trip. So it looks like they're going to go start out west against the Warriors. Oof, man. It's going to test our loyalty. And that's a Prime Video, huh? We're now broadcasting games on Prime Video now, huh? That's interesting. Yeah. But yeah, that's a West Coast game. We won't talk too much about it just yet. I mean, we'll wait until like maybe we get closer to the date. But yeah. So yeah, as I said, Ron Harper got honored before pregame, and also looks like too. It looks like a former Celtics coach is probably going to be a finalist for this year's Hall of Fame class. It looks like it's Doc Rivers. Looks like he is probably going to be a Hall of Fame candidate. So nice, very nice. Congrats to him. I don't think this means that he got in, but it looks like he might be in the kind of final rounds of getting in and stuff like that. So that is good. Yeah. Congrats to him. I think his son Austin Rivers is the same age as me. I that just baffles me too. Yeah. I kind of like his listening to his pod off guard. It's just one of those podcasts. I thought, okay, it's a former player. He's talking about his experience, and he just tells it like it is, kind of deal. Yeah, and I can. Yeah, I was about to say I kind of like those shows. Most part, like it's a former player talking about his NBA experiences and stuff like that, and a former, yeah. Right. Technically, he's not really technically retired. I don't think. Yeah. All right. Let's talk about the Bruins in the Olympics. So it looked like two games started out for the ice hockey version of the Winter Olympics. It looked like it was Slovakia versus Finland, and then um, Sweden versus Team Italy. Yes, Team Italy has a team. All right. It looks like Slovakia beat Finland 4-1, and it looks like one Bruin was playing for Team Finland, and it looked like it was Henry Hukiharju who was playing on defense. Looked like he did not have that good of a game. He had a -1 in plus minus, so nothing else afterwards. He had no goals, no assists, no shots. Yeah. He didn't have that good of a day. Yeah. So Finland is 0-1 in group play. I have to see where that puts Okay. No, I don't want to go back. All right. And let's see. So Team Finland, it looked like they were tied when I last checked. Literally, or last checked. But then it looks like they bounced back. And at the end won pretty convincingly against Team Italy 5-1. This puts them 1-0-0. So in group play, and looks like, let's see, a Bruin, Elias Lindholm. All right, is the connection poor again? All right, here we go. All right, sorry about that. It looks like one Bruin got to play today. One of our offensive players and wingers, Elias Lindholm. Oh, it looks like he did play after all, so he wasn't really injured. Okay, all right, good. Well, that's good. All right, so and his score line is basically all goose eggs or like literally zeros. All right, so he didn't do too much today. All right. So as I said, now I kind of want to go to like standings and stuff like that. I kind of want to see where they are in group play. All right. Okay. All right. All right. So in Group B, because I think that was the group that played today. It looks like Slovakia is in first. Well, actually, hold on. Let's do this. It looks like that Finland or not Sweden is in second place in Group B behind Slovakia, and then Finland is leading or as in third place, but is with one loss, and then Team Italy is like down at the bottom. I wonder if it's the same thing they do with like Team Italy in baseball. I wonder if this is just mostly just Italian Americans getting involved because I have never seen. Yes, yeah. I don't know. You never know. Yeah, Germany. It looks like they got a team. Yeah, Japan. Okay. It's just like, huh. Oh wait, no, this is the one. Okay, whoops, this is the women's squad. Okay, we were at the wrong one. All right, so tomorrow, let's see. Okay, I want to see the scores for. All right, so it looks like nobody on the. Oh, here we are. So looks like for tomorrow, looks like France will take on Switzerland, and looks like Yeah, it looks like Canada will take on Czechia, so it looks like we'll see David Pastrnak play. Nice. And then Latvia and Team USA will play. All right, so we might likely see McAvoy and Jeremy Swayman play. And then Denmark and Germany will play tomorrow. All right. So that's it. All right. For the Bruins news. All right. Let's start wrapping up the show. All right. Red Sox news. It looks like today pitchers and catchers have reported to spring training. So officially spring training has begun. All right. And it looks like we also, it got news tomorrow or yesterday. Looks like Garrett Crochet will be your opening day starter when we head over to Cincinnati to start the season. Game 1 of 162 in late March. All right. That was a no-brainer decision. Yeah, because why not make Crochet your opening day dude? And I kind of am excited to see that. All right. And then other news, too, it looks like with the World Baseball Classic, it looks like one of the players for Team USA and one of the outfielders for the Arizona Diamondbacks, Corbin Carroll, is gone down with an injury and will miss the World Baseball Classic. Looks like it was a hamstring injury or something like that, bone injury. But yeah, how does that relate to the Red Sox, you say? Well, it looks like a young outfielder by the name of Roman Anthony might be up for consideration to take his spot on the roster for Team USA. So that might be interesting. Now we can get another Red Sox on there. Okay, a young star or young star superstar playing for Team USA, and maybe go for a World Baseball Classic victory. Mm-hmm. Add his name to the list. Speaking of which, when do games start? It looks like games start between Chinese Taipei and Australia on March the 4th. All right, we get things going. Good. And then, man. So the Czechia just plays 2 days in a row, or 2 games in 1 day? Wow. Man, those poor Czechs. Oh, look, the Netherlands are playing. Holland will be happy. Oh, look, and it is at 11 a.m. So he can probably watch, or at least the first hour or so. Then he has to go take a nap. So my nephew's not really named Holland because of the country or now the Netherlands. It's because of hollandaise sauce, apparently. So apparently, when my sister Katie was pregnant with Fox, apparently not only can you not consume alcohol while pregnant, you also can't eat eggs too. That's dumb. All right, but anyway, so she usually gets like at a restaurant here in town that she gets like an omelet and they put hollandaise sauce on that omelet, and apparently because of the whole restriction, she kind of felt like, you know what, as kind of a defiant or kind of get back at this dumb rule, we're just going to name our second-born son Holland, as in hollandaise sauce. Yeah. So my second-born nephew is named after a sauce you put on eggs and other things too. Not because of the country of the Netherlands, but I thought just to tease him. So it was 1 year, he's 2 or so. I basically asked him hey, did you stay up to watch the World Baseball Classic, Team Holland and stuff like that, or Team Netherlands? He said, yeah. Really? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I watched. Yeah. Yeah. Pity that game was at around midnight or so my time. All right. Another poor connection. Man, come on. Stop. All right, there we go. Yes, you waved it away, and then it just, yeah. All right, any final thoughts? Celtics Or Celtic screamed out another great win today against Livingston. Literally a final second, like final minute goal from Mr. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. We just got off free agency. Yep, a former Liverpool and Arsenal player. Nice. Nice. Literally his first debut and maybe his first game playing football in like almost like a year or so. And literally he came in. You cannot script this. Like this is like one of those like just man in his debut. Because yeah, we went up 1-0. They got a penalty, they tied it up or equalized, and literally like we thought, oh my lord, we're gonna drop points to like one of the worst teams in our league. And then Oxlade-Chamberlain said, "Yep, nope, not so fast, guys. I am going to score a game winner and literally get us the win." Yeah, which basically he did. So welcome to the club, the old Ox. Yep. Yep. Nice. And literally 6 or so minutes later, Rangers were up 1-0 and then decided to, a former, well, technically he's still with us in a way, but he's on loan at Motherwell, decided, as in Stephen Welsh, decided to, you know what, guys, we're going to help you out too. We're going to take points off Rangers. Yep, and scored the equalizer to basically give Motherwell and Rangers the draw and stuff like that, which they didn't. Rangers didn't get the free points. Oh, fuck them. Yeah, because if they would have won, they would have gone like maybe like 5 or so points ahead of us, and for like second or so. Because right now it's still Hearts leading the way in the league, but now we're like literally a point away. I mean, seriously, now you think now that Hearts are kind of potentially running away with it. They might not be running away with this now. It's now kind of becoming that title race between us, Rangers, and Hearts right now for that league title. And I'm kind of excited. But yeah. All right, that's enough final thoughts. Let's call it a night. All right, thank you guys for listening, and I'm not sure what we'll have planned on doing, but if we do, I probably won't maybe drop another episode till or a regular episode at least until maybe the 19th, so next or a week or so from now, just because you know what, maybe there's no like any, there could be some Celtics news, maybe some other things too going on too. Maybe we'll think about it. I don't know. I want to try to just give myself a break in a way. We could just maybe just pop on for like just a few minutes or so and just talk about the Winter Olympics and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm not sure what else we'll plan on doing. But yeah, I think that will be about it for today. All right. So maybe see you on the 19th. Maybe sooner. We don't know. All right. Banyana, guys.